You're going to have to bear with me because the CVs here, they're a little outrageous. New Zealand's youngest female Olympic gold medalist, Jorja Miller. Woo! Alongside her is the woman affectionately known as the smiling assassin. And does she have a smile? Stacey Waaka!
Yay, woo!
And then finally, the woman considered by many to be the greatest of all time. She has an emoji as well. Portia Woodman Wickliffe.
Wow.
Hi guys.
Wow.
Emily Scarrett and Natasha Hunt. I said I would just check in and see if there are any messages.
They want to run over me, like they can bring it on. Like I'm really looking forward to this battle.
Emily Scarrett, 5 World Cups and as emotional as porridge. Mo Hunt, the three-peater. What she doesn't know is quite a lot, actually. Elma Smith, the resident South African, who's never not knowingly shouting about rugby or her kitty kits. More titting about than a women's rugby changing room? The good, the Scaz, the rugby.
Welcome back to the good, the Scaz and the rugby. It's quarterfinal week. Whoop, whoop. We couldn't be more excited. We are just past the halfway mark in the Rugby World Cup. Katy Daley-Mclean has joined us. She is not wearing black anymore.
I'm wearing yellow. Yellow.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
We've got some of the biggest names in the game joining us on the show today. Not in the Red Room. We did have to go visit them.
You popped round, didn't you, for a cup of tea?
How's that list? Black Ferns, Jorja Miller, Stacey Waaka, and Portia Woodman Wickliffe.
Yeah, I mean, when you said you were going round and you said we're going to chat with the Black Ferns, if I'm honest, I didn't think they were going to roll out the big dogs. But they have, haven't they?
All three of them.
Yeah.
At once.
I wonder if Portia gets a bit upset that Georgia's classed as a big dog already and she's, 12?
I can't wait to get into more of that in a minute. But before we get to meet them, we have to talk about you and Ruby Tui and the building love.
Who would have thought?
I mean,
who would have thought?
We couldn't have scripted this any better. How close and how chummy were you before working together on this tournament?
Look, we would have said hello in passing, but generally my experience of Ruby would have been at major tournaments, so whether it was at Sevens or at a World Cup, so definitely wasn't looking to make friends with her then.
So when BBC viewers, and if you are watching the World Feed and you haven't gotten any of this context, Ruby chips in every now and again on commentary where Katy Daley-Mclean is the big analyst voice. And the kind of roasting that even on the commentary feed that happens is sensational because Katy Daley-Mclean will just go, who invited Ruby today?
Right, but I would like to say that I think I'm probably harsher on air, whereas Ruby gives it to me off air. So she's like, oh, poor me. We were at cinema the other day. Oh, we went to get a picture. Look, it's been amazing, hasn't it? The environment, the vibe around the stadium, and people still recognise me, which is great for my ego, and I love it. But they recognise Ruby, and they're like, oh, Ruby, come have a picture. And they're like, Katie, come in. And they're like, oh, like, you're a World Cup winner. And Ruby was like, only a single World Cup winner. And she's so dry about it, literally. I was like, Fair. Okay, back in my box.
Yeah, I'll just put my fringe back behind my ear and walk on.
Just shuffle back to the back of this picture. So anybody who's watching, like, she gives as good as she gets.
Yeah.
It's not one way, this.
And I love that you guys don't gloss over the rivalry. Because there is a rivalry here. There's a big rivalry here. The reason I make such a big deal of the fact that you were wearing black is because even in the choice of outfits, there is this little crackle.
She opened with white, didn't she? And that's where it started. So in Sunderland, she had a like nice white top on. We're like, oh my God, Ruby too. He's come to England and she's wearing white. So yes, there's a lot of rivalry. It's very out there. Like, she was very, very happy with New Zealand's results at the weekend, and yeah, had to say a bit quieter there.
Ouchies.
Yeah, a bit ouchies.
You do feel it.
I do. I can't help it.
Come on, the roses.
Come on, girls.
Now, I am so excited about this next section.
Is it coming?
I wasn't even allowed to talk about it to the blue tits in our special little Instagram channel that's actually quite intimate because producer Shara was like, no. So on Saturday, I got to go down to Brighton and meet my 3 favourite Black Ferns.
Okay, few. Save that.
I have to qualify that. Not all-time rugby players, just right now Black Ferns. They are undoubtedly icons of the game. And whether you agree with me or not, the data, the stats, the fandom, the performance, the way that they have shown up at this tournament, especially in round 3, says so. Please, can we just take a moment for the fact, Katy Daley-Mclean, that Shira, in her wisdom, scheduled this interview on the morning that the All Blacks were playing the Springboks at Eden Park.
No.
So I drove down to Brighton nice and early, and I got to the hotel and I watched the match while the cameras were being set up. And then I had to compose myself.
What was the score?
It wasn't positive, okay? The green team lost. And I had to compose myself, and the Black Ferns walked in.
Uh-huh.
So
Were you wearing green?
I wasn't even wearing green.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know.
Times are
so
changing.
Professional.
What has happened to you?
It was really tough, but I am proud of my performance.
Okay, good.
Because I found the joy
Did
in
you?
the opportunity. And I was wearing my really nice Adidas trackies.
Oh yeah, were you on brand?
I was very on brand.
Notice you are again today.
And I was wearing my kerchief. I took my really nice one, my favorite one, for this. It does actually match with their kit really closely.
Okay.
Like I was really taking my inspo from them. So I'm super excited. Here we go. We present the Black Ferns. We're at a hotel on the seafront in Brighton. It is sensational out there, really showing off. And we're here with our good friends at Adidas, the official kit partner of New Zealand Rugby since 1999. They've given us special access behind the scenes with 3 Black Ferns. You're going to have to bear with me because the CVs here, they're a little outrageous. Like even by our standards, this is a lot of silverware that we're going to have to list now. If you've seen their shirts, you know what I'm talking about. One of the youngest and brightest talents at this Rugby World Cup entirely out of all 16 teams. Try-scoring machine in the back row, 1 World Rugby Sevens Player of the Year last year, 1 gold at the Paris Olympics to make her New Zealand's youngest female Olympic medalist, gold medalist. And she's 21, which is just outrageous. Jorja Miller.
Woo! Hi,
Welcome
everybody.
to the show. Should we welcome the other 2?
Nah, I don't think so.
It's just going to be the Georgia show.
Just the plus twos.
You're
Were
back.
you even born in 1999 when
Oh,
you sponsored us?
I
I think so.
When I said the previous century, you just went, can't compute. It's too long ago.
These 2 know that well, eh?
Yeah, totally.
Old girls.
Alongside her is the woman affectionately known as the smiling assassin. And does she have a smile? Like Julia Roberts has nothing on it. 2-time World Cup winner, 2-time Olympic champion, Rugby World Cup Sevens champion, all with the biggest smile on her face every step of the way. Stacey Waaka!
Yay, woo!
And you get to sit closest to that incredible rail of kit behind
It
you.
looks beautiful behind me.
Yeah.
I think I see
We
it.
gave you the good backdrop.
Thanks.
It's a pleasure.
I need it.
And then finally, the woman considered by many to be the greatest of all time. She has an emoji as well. She's won everything Stacey has, and she scored more tries than any other Kiwi while doing it. Over 256 of them on the 7 series, making her the top try scorer of all time, a record holder for most World Cup tries, and the top test try scorer in New Zealand Rugby, male or female, of all time. For all this, I'm not done. She's been honoured with World Rugby Sevens and World 15s Player of the Year in 2015 and 2017. And in 2020, she was awarded Sevens Player of the Decade. Portia Woodman Wickliffe.
Wow.
Hi, guys.
Wow.
Finally.
I've got goosebumps just reading all of that. Which is your favourite bit of your CV? Have you got one?
Oh no, I don't even know
meeting
it.
us.
I don't know anything. Meeting Georgia.
Just getting a bit of a head start on her.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to get there before I'm sure she'll be hitting up those records anytime soon.
No, she doesn't pass the ball, so probably.
And we are off. We are off. I love this. The volume of people engaging on the Portia Woodman Greatest of All Time cut down that we put out of our conversation with Kendra Coxedge last week is the greatest compliment to, like, I love when people engage with anything that we do on GSR and goes, well, actually, It is my best. There was someone who actually threw shade at me this week for crying too much. I was like,
What?
are you new here? Have you seen how much I cry about the men's game? It's literally my job. So I love the volume of engagement, and there is no difference to me when people hate or when they love. What has your feeling been about all of it? Because there have been a lot of whataboutism.
Oh, I don't mind it. It's all an opinion, right? Like it creates banter, it creates conversation, it creates moments people talk about. Like I really don't mind. My mum and dad read the comments. I couldn't care less.
And do they tell you about what
Yeah, they
read?
do. They're like, oh, this person said that. I'm like, I don't care, mum.
Have they engaged?
Probably, but I said you need to be careful because you have the same name. So please just don't.
There's a
don't
bit of a dead
embarrass me.
giveaway there. Yeah. Like you need to have a shadow account if you're going to
Yeah,
get in.
totally. Just make a fake one.
I've literally previously had to tell my parents, like, you are not allowed. You cannot go there. Do you have that at all?
Yeah, no. My mum and dad definitely, they don't know how to work social media.
Oh, so they're oblivious, completely.
Very oblivious.
Yeah, I love that. You didn't get here, though, by looking around when the dogs are barking. Like, when people are throwing anything in your direction, you've just been knuckling down even harder, working twice as hard, coming back from retirement. Why? Why did you retire?
Yeah, why?
Like, when I
She wanted
see you
the
play
attention.
now,
Hey.
I just look at you on the pitch and go, why did this woman ever think she was done?
It wasn't about being finished with rugby. It was about finishing with that opportunity and wanting to try other ones. And so, like, I wanted to just finish sevens, finish with on a high ultimately, but then also try and find something else that I could find. And then when I got to this point, or early on in the year, I was like, I think I want to have a crack at it. So, these girls give me so much crap.
She must us, really.
Yeah, they give me so much crap for it.
What did you think when she said she was coming back?
Nah, you don't come back. Nah,
Yeah, we don't
jokes.
want it.
But did you believe her when she retired even? Like, because now when I think back on it, I just go, that is ridiculous that she even thought she was done. Because of the way that she's playing right now, it's just outrageous.
She's peaking, hey.
Totally.
Hitting top speed.
PVs every week.
Gives us hope that we can stay in the game a bit longer.
Yeah, what are you?
Jorja?
Just 21.
Are you being serious about the PBs though?
Yeah, apparently they're still popping out left, right, and centre. I didn't expect that. Yesterday we had, I think it was our fast day yesterday, and like randomly felt really tired, fatigued, but on the field managed to pop out a PB.
Yeah, girl.
Random.
What's your secret? What are you doing?
Do you really want to know? I was going to
Hey.
say lollies,
Lollies.
chocolates, donuts,
Sugar.
sugar.
Loads
high.
of sugar.
Loads.
First time Stacey roomed with me, what was it, 2015?
Yeah.
I would go to like the supermarket and pick all my lollies, and I'd come out with like a big bag of lollies. On tour, I said, Stace, do you want some lollies? She goes,
I was petrified.
what? I don't know. I don't know you could have lollies.
Naughty.
Naughty.
Naughty?
Yeah.
Now I've got someone reincarnated. She does exactly the same as me.
I know. I've been influenced since
Balance.
my first
Balance.
tournament.
Ever.
High performance fueling.
Yeah, apparently.
Get on the lollies.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to the serious stuff. When Kendra Coxedge was on, and I said to her, what's the secret to 50 tries and 30 test matches and topping the all-time? She said, you're just a freak. Have you got any comment on that?
I think I'm lucky enough to have a skill set that does allow me to do tries or score tries, but to do tries, to score tries.
She's new around here, guys.
Hey, freaky.
Yeah, totally.
She's going to be calling it the rugby field soon as well. Yeah.
I'm new here. But ultimately, it's the team. Like, Stacey's job is to create line speed and Jorja's to steal the ball. I just have to score the tries. That's my job.
Oh.
That's all I say.
Okay.
That's what I believe.
Is it that
Boring.
simple?
Yeah, it absolutely is.
What about when you beat 5 people at once?
Yeah.
She does it too.
You run over the top of people. You step people. You speed past them.
You were also called a freak by Kendra, though.
Exactly.
Yeah. She's like, there's just some freaks out there. Jorja Miller, I would say, is the next one.
Thanks, Kenj.
Isn't that the best compliment?
Yeah, it is. Like it's like a backhanded, very nice compliment.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's grouped you with
I
Portia.
know.
So,
Such an honour.
so when did you guys first meet? Because you're such a baby. What was the first encounter with Jorja?
first time I met Jorja, we were doing a tour of 7 cities after Rio 2016. And we were in Christchurch. Dunedin. We were in Dunedin for like a tournament. And Jorja was there. And
12 years old.
she was like this little kid.
From Timaru, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Mouth guard hanging out of her mouth, running through all these guys and girls and everything else. And that's how I remember Jorja.
Yes.
What do you remember?
I remember, so I was year 8 at primary school, and sorry, P. We had this assignment.
In years, how old does that make you?
12.
Literally, she's 12.
We had this assignment where you had to draw like your idol or whatever. So I drew this picture of Portia. And I thought it was so good. I don't know where it is now. And then like
surely Mum can
a
get
couple
it.
weeks later, I got to meet Portia. My mum and Nana drove me down to meet them. So yeah, that was like obviously looking up to her for so long and then having the opportunity to play with her. So special.
Now you can look down on her.
Do you have a picture of the occasion?
I don't think so.
Probably not.
No.
I mean, it was just the other day, so
Yeah,
cameras
exactly.
existed.
Probably somewhere, to be honest.
What was your impression of Jorja?
I was actually her first ever roomie in South Africa. World Cup Sevens. Funny story. She used to sleep in. Like I was the old girl, get up to go breakfast. She woke up at like 10 a.m. and then came down to breakfast. We have a rule. We have rules in our team of what you should wear and what you can't. She rocks down in her pajamas.
Because my roomie would just leave me when I was like 18 years old, didn't know, first tour, scared to go down to breakfast by myself. She just leaves me. I'm like, oh, surely pajamas are okay. Go down there and all the girls are like, Jorja, you know you can't wear your pink satin pajamas down to breakfast. I'm like, thanks.
But also, I know which hotel you stayed in. And breakfast is in the lobby.
Exactly.
There are members
public.
of the public coming through there.
Exactly.
And you were just like, I'm blazing around in my pink satin PJ.
Yes, great time. Had to apologise for that one. My bad.
Okay.
No, not good leadership.
And then you tucked her in under your wing a little tighter.
Yeah, not really.
She didn't like listening, so yes.
And then the switch to 15s? Because some people say that it's hard. Scazzy, Mo, I'm looking in their direction. You've just made it look like the most intuitive thing ever.
I've loved it, to be honest. Like, I think it's been helpful having girls like these two who have done it before. Like, we've had heaps of girls come from 7s and switch into 15. So to be able to follow in their footsteps and I guess take their advice sometimes. It's made it a lot, I guess, an easier transition over, but yeah, it's been cool.
Okay, give me some of the advice. I know some people who could use it.
Probably the biggest one, especially for me coming into the forwards, is just to continue playing my game and like playing to my strengths rather than to try, I guess, fit into the mold of what a 6 or a 7 should look like, bring what I am strong in to that position and kind of make it my own. So that's just really opened up the freedom for me to play. Thanks, girls.
Yep, she's done that. You played 15s at school too, girl.
Yeah,
So
I
you've
grew up
got
playing
that background.
15s. Yeah.
But I mean, playing it in a black shirt's a different, I mean, that's a level. And also people were on notice about you. Like they have been looking, they have seen what you can do. It's not like you're a completely unknown quantity coming into this tournament. The expectations were relatively high, I would say. Does that factor into it for you at all?
I think like going through 7s and kind of experiencing real high performance there, that's prepared me for this kind of moment. I was excited to come over to 15s as like the underdog and no one really knows how I play and I guess what strengths I have. But yeah, I guess it's probably now just how can I keep doing that if people are more aware of my game, if you know what I mean?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of challenge that people are aware of Portia's game. But I mean,
gotta
They can't
defend it.
stop
I was going to say, good luck to anyone trying to stop that.
We, like, for us at training, like, especially us and then some of the girls from our region, we train together every day. And every time this one gets the ball, like, honestly, you think you have her. She's got no space on the sideline. And you're like, yo, I'm going to nail her. And she slips out and you're like, how did you do it? And so for us, like, she's honestly a freak. Don't get me wrong. And she's so amazing. But she doesn't even care. Like, that's the cool thing about her. She is just so strong. Like, her legs are so strong. Her body is so strong. She's agile on her feet. And then she just doesn't even care. She just loves playing footy. And I think that's why she does so well.
Now, usually especially when we speak to younger players and we try and figure out, like, what's the equation that got us to the Jorja Miller that we've now seen score 2 tries in round 1 and 2 tries in round 2, and we're going, how, where? And we look at transferable skills. We go, she played netball, so there are, some things. In your case, producer Shira did some research, and she found that you have a background in, quote, Highland dancing. Highland dancing, and there is this thing called the sailor's hornpipe.
Correct.
Did I say that correctly?
Yes.
It's not a rude thing. You are a specialist in this. Could you please tell me more?
Show us, eh? You want to see it?
Show us.
If I have to show, P has to as well, because you know how to do it.
Oh, go. You have to show us.
So Highland dancing, I grew up dancing since I was 4, so I started dancing in rugby at the same time, and I think it's been a real blessing in disguise. Like, it's given me a lot of skills and just random things that I've been able to transfer into rugby. And it was kind of weird unlocking that, because for ages I didn't know that I kind of had that. So yeah, everyone, Highland dance.
That's her warm-up.
Hey.
That's what we're going to put all our girls in, eh?
Skillful.
What does it look like?
Is that
Come
us?
on.
Okay.
Do it.
Shall
Do
we?
it. Do
Are
it.
you
No,
warm?
I'm
Are
not.
you warm?
I need an hour to get warm. You know that.
Should I?
Yes, you should. I'll hold your mic.
Do I need to move the table away? Okay.
Woohoo! Jorja Miller,
Have we got a
everyone.
shot of this? Good? Safe. All right.
It's okay.
Right. This is not the hornpipe, this is the fling. This is like the traditional one.
Okay.
Fling.
Okay. All right. Okay.
You're
There's
fine.
actually quite a lot of ballet in there.
Yeah, it's
That looks hard.
on your toes a lot.
Yes.
Jumping.
Yeah. You do need to have that. So where does the Highland? So I know the Highlanders have the man in the kilt on their iconography. Just talk to me about, is there any Scottish, like, actual roots there that you know of? How big is this in Timaru? And what is the scene like?
Yeah, it's not like the biggest sport in New Zealand. Obviously it's Scottish, but there is a decent amount. We have New Zealand comps, so like it gets pretty what's the word, like pretty competitive? Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely like my rugby and my dancing world are 2 separate things, because they just never cross over until kind of now. But yeah.
I feel like it's a try celebration waiting to happen.
Oh my gosh, I've had the request. I'm just nervous about it.
Why are you nervous? What
I
is?
don't know, I'm just people are like, oh, what's that?
I mean, Megan Jones is doing the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I think at this stage, the women's game is pretty ready for anyone to
I
do
think so.
virtually
Should
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, if I score another try this tournament.
Okay.
I am so here for
heard it
this.
first.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Come
if you
on.
shout me dinner.
Yeah, always.
Okay.
I'll shut you dinner.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I'll shout you dinner
Okay,
at this
there we
stage.
go, dinners.
Like, just let me know, girl. I am so here for the wilder. Yeah, so food is the bribery.
Yeah. Big back.
That's the tool.
Yeah.
That and lollies.
Yeah.
Like, I'll have a box load of lollies delivered if that's the thing. I am so here for tries and try celebrations, because we've got so many people pulling up a chair to rugby and to women's rugby for the first time right now. So the more entertainment we can offer, I mean, girl, if it requires what is it called? The hornpipe, the sailor's hornpipe, then let's bring them all over. And everyone needs a good second team, so it's really good to turn on the charm. Now that we've covered dancing, can we talk about your little tap dance over in League Land and the fact that you left rugby? And I saw this and I was just a little I was just bewildered by the news because I worked with Stacey a bit at the 23 Men's Rugby World Cup, and I figured like I could see the road ahead for her. And then this thing pops up on my feed, and she's headed over to NRLW, and I was like, "Girl, there's a World Cup next year. Like, have you not been paying attention?"
Yeah, I know.
That's some rogue stuff right there.
It is. Just keeps it refreshing, you know. New challenge. Wasn't forever. It was
No.
never going to be forever.
Yeah,
just a short stint.
shopping
Change
around
up,
a little
change it up.
bit.
Yeah.
When you go and do that, though, what do you gain from it? Does it give you perspective?
I think for myself, it was a mental refresh. I've obviously played New Zealand rugby for 10 years, but too long now. But it's
Damn.
okay. Shush you. 13 years.
She also started when she was 12.
Definitely not. And for me, it was just a new group of girls. It was actually some of my old teammates. Gail brought in, obviously, star on the 7th Circuit too, before she left to go to league. And a new sport. Like, I've played rugby for so long, I have no idea about league. Didn't know the rules, didn't know where to go, what to do, but all good. Just try it out. If you fail, you fail, all good. For me, it wasn't about, you know, going over there and failing though. It was more about the learnings, the growth in myself, because it was just so new. And it was quite scary, actually. I was real nervous, but I had fun.
It's a risk when you go do that and you put yourself so far outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
It's a bit like what you did by retiring.
Yeah.
Well, trying to.
Yeah, try to.
Your failure at retirement.
You're gonna do it
My
again,
wife always
eh?
said, is it retired or just tired? So you just go for a rest and then you always come back.
Yeah. They say don't stop, just rest.
Yeah, just rest.
Yeah. It's just a little refresh.
She
Reframe.
she was amazing at league. Like watching her go, I think it's inspired a few more players to want to go play league as well. But
One day. Just not yet,
Not
okay?
yet. Just jeez.
Whoa.
Gosh, all right.
Okay.
Say anything.
Okay. That felt real.
Yeah.
I think it is interesting though, because in South Africa, we don't even know that league exists. Like I didn't even as a concept understand that there was a different rugby until I went and visited New Zealand in 2011, and they were always talking about this other sport. And I was like, what do you mean there's a different rugby? So in some areas of the world, it doesn't exist at all. It doesn't feature in people's awareness. But the other thing that I think we don't understand is how small New Zealand is and relatively isolated. But I mean, London has twice the population of New Zealand. Just London.
Just like
London. New Zealand is, and we checked it, comparable in size, in population in any way, to the Republic of Ireland and Scotland. England, by comparison, has a population of 61 million people. New Zealand's on 5.5. France is on 66. South Africa is on 65 million. So the objective odds here are stacked like quite vehemently in the other direction. And you guys have just been, the Ferns in 7s and in 15s have just across the board been so phenomenally successful historically. I mean, if you look at the shoulder of that shirt and the number of trophy wins on there, it is very intimidating. What's been the secret to building a kind of legacy that is so deeply impressive and so against the odds?
I think like in New Zealand, everyone kind of grows up wanting to be an All Black or now like a Black Fern. Like it's always around. You're always at the club rooms or there's rugby on. Like it's kind of just in our culture. Rugby is like our culture. So I guess it kind of comes second nature.
But that is not the case in South Africa, which is really interesting because you had these icons to look up to and really aspire to be. In South Africa, we've got all of that and more in terms of culture. But these women box players who are at this tournament had virtually no female sporting role models to look up to. So what the Ferns have built is deeply impressive.
Yeah, and I think if I look back to the girls who, you know, won those first couple of World Cups, they did it for the pure love of the game. And like Jorja said, you can't help but know rugby wherever you are in New Zealand. Your dad, your brother, your uncle, your cousins, your mum probably played rugby back in the day as well. So no matter where you are in the country, you know rugby. And it's always kind of like a community event, whether you're watching club rugby, watching the All Blacks, watching Super Rugby, it's an event. And so you just love the environment that comes with it. And if I think back to those ladies that went to those first couple of World Cups, they were wearing jerseys that were 3 times too big, probably the men's old jerseys that probably haven't been washed. They had to fund it themselves. We had a few Black Ferns come in and say they couldn't go to one of the World Cups because they couldn't afford it themselves. And for me, I think what they pretty much showed us was playing the game for the pure love of the game. It was not about payment. It wasn't about the spectacle. It wasn't about people knowing who they were. It was just they loved rugby. And I think that's what that legacy started with. And now I think for myself, I didn't have a Black Fern to look up to. I knew that the team of the New Zealand team was Black Ferns. I knew they had won 4 World Cups, but I had no idea who was in the team, never watched a game before. I always looked up to the men's like Jonah Lomu, Doug Howlett, Joe Rocket, all of those lads. And so when we came through, it was like, man, we have this opportunity to be an inspiration for these young ones coming through, to create a lifestyle, and then to also be like, this could be a journey and create opportunities for girls that were coming through. And I now have a 12-year-old daughter. She wants to be a Black Fern, doesn't know if she wants to play 7s or 15s. Like, that's the legacy that we've created now. And I think it all stems from New Zealand love rugby. Like, New Zealanders love rugby no matter where they are in the country.
And the level and the excellence to which it's played is just deeply, deeply impressive. It's interesting. It's also one of the first places in the world to give women the right to vote, right?
Yeah.
Why do I feel like it was the first?
Yep, that's right.
So deeply progressive while quite isolated and small. The line that Kendra said at her shirt presentation was, it's never just about you. It's about the whānau. It's about your teammates, the women who wore it before you, and the girls who dream of wearing it after you. Wow, that's a lot of weight. But it's also so exciting, isn't it, Stacey?
It's a lot of weight, but it's privilege, right? To be in this position, to be able to be those role models and inspire them. I feel like for us growing up in New Zealand, we talk about, rugby is the main thing, but we play lots of sports, and that's what it is. It's just about having fun with your friends, growing up, throwing a ball around. Rugby isn't ingrained in our school culture, but so is netball, so is touch. So I think that's where we're really lucky in terms of our genetics, in terms of being exposed to all these different skills and having the ability to actually play a good rugby game. I'm grateful for my journey. I know we've all played multiple sports growing up. We keep trying to drive that for our young girls. Yep, they have us to look up to, but man, there's so many cool opportunities out there. Just take it with open arms, and you'll always learn along the way.
So good.
Love that, Stace.
Yes, Stace. Jorja, let's talk about the haka. You guys do the haka at school. It's such a big part of, you guys are talking about culture in rugby. Doing it for the first time in a black shirt, though, for you, it's a much more recent memory than for these other two.
Do you remember? Yes.
Do you remember your first haka?
Yes. We're at Eden Park playing against England in 2013. The lines were based on how many caps you had, so I was at the back on the edge. And then, absolutely nervous, but it was amazing because I could hear all my whānau behind me in the stand.
And for you?
To be honest, I was probably more nervous for the haka than I was for the game. Because with 7s, we do the haka at the end of the tournament if we win. But with 15s, you do it before the game. So I was like, oh no, I need to make sure I get it right. But for me, it's a massive honour. I think being in the black jersey with the 7s and 15s, just really being embraced in the Māori culture and really kind of getting a deeper understanding and appreciation for that.
When you say deeper appreciation and understanding for people who are not from New Zealand, what is it we don't see? What is it we don't get?
I guess you probably do see, but the values, and I guess our environments are really based on Māori culture, and just that's kind of the backbone of, I guess, how we operate as a team and as people. And for me, going from school and straight into a professional environment, I've learned a lot of really core values that have kind of helped me into the professional environment and helped me be a better human being,
like,
if you will.
Not going to breakfast in your pajamas.
Kindness.
Yeah.
Telling your roomie what the rules are.
Never lived that one down, eh? Jorja is actually really good at speaking te reo Māori, even though she doesn't have an ounce in her body. But really good pronunciation. I'm quite proud of how far she's come. Shasho pukana. Come on.
No.
Come on,
No.
girlfriend. Show it to the world. Show it here.
I can only do it in game.
Show courage. We're courageous, remember?
We are indeed. See it tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. But what is it about
teaser.
the haka that makes you nervous? Is it the movement, or the words, or the face giving it away?
No, look, it's a mix of everything and kind of just wanting to do it justice. It deserves to be represented well and by everybody and by the whole country. And for so many years, like, you know, with colonization, all that stuff, you know, like Māori culture has been kind of put to the back. So to be able to bring that forward and me have the opportunity to honour that is really special, and want to do my girls proud.
I deeply relate to that, though, because when you come from a place like I do, where there's such a dignity deficit around specific cultures, languages, Indigenous populations and the way that they were previously treated, as a Pākehā, as a white person coming into that space, it's so important to do it justice.
Totally.
And to honour people and their heritage, but also what you stand for as a group, because you're responsible for your teammates as much as you are to the whole country. So I love that you can talk about that and reflect on it at 21. Oh my
It is
gosh.
difficult too. Like kapa haka, it's massive in New Zealand, and I know how uncomfortable some of our girls get. Like me and P help teach the haka, waiata, karakia, a lot of things. And to do movements, to actions, words, facials, it's like multitasking, and it can be quite hard. And I give the girls shit sometimes, but all we want to see is effort. That's all we need. Effort. Everyone's different. You don't have to be like Portia. You don't have to be like other people who grew up doing it. You just have to be yourself in that moment. And that's what Jorja's alluding to, is just trying her best in every way that she can. Might look unco for some people, but all good. They're going hard. And that's all we can be proud of.
Go hard. And speaking of going hard, the last time a lot of people saw you guys and really paid attention to you was at the end of that final at Eden Park, packed out house, lifting the trophy. Really big smile from Stacey Waaka, as always, like megawatt on full blast, straight through the hearts of many England fans. It still haunts their nightmares. What did that win on home soil? The impact of winning a Rugby World Cup in front of your loved ones, your nation, but also for the way that it launches the game into the hearts and minds of people. What does it do, Portia?
I think it really was the catalyst for some amazing moments for women's rugby and women's sport. I obviously had to sleep halfway through that game and didn't quite get to finish it the way I wanted to finish it, but coming out from underneath the medical room and into the stands and onto the field and seeing everyone still there, still in the crowd, supporting, swinging their poi around, cheering for the team, like, it was incredible. And I think what we all really were amazed about, was that people stayed right until the end of the prize giving, right until the end, singing Tu Te Mai with Ruby Tui. It just showed that people are watching women's sport, when people are watching women's rugby. The crowd there were completely different to what we've ever experienced before with rugby. It was a very family, whānau-orientated crowd. You had your mums, your nannies, your granddads, you had parents bringing their kids down, kids, boys and girls, new players on the field, which that had never happened before. And I think from then on, people were like watching women's rugby, and then that also helped women's sport. The year later, we had the FIFA World Cup in Aotearoa in Australia, and it just was, I feel like it was the catalyst for women's sport around the world.
Yeah, it was massive. I feel like the coolest thing that I realised was you could walk around the streets, no one would have any idea of who you are. Now they do. They're like, oh, you on the Black Ferns, you played, that was an amazing game to watch. I never watched a game of women's rugby in my life until that game, and now I watch it all the time. Now they're buying tickets, now their kids are. It's like, cool. I love that, because not only are we inspiring the younger generation, we're still inspiring some older people too. And I'm like, yay, that's obviously our goal, to make people watch it, make people come and support us, and make people want to actually join, participate.
Now, Kendra Coxedge reflected, I mean, it was such a love-in when we had her and Dorothy Wall on the show. They spoke, both of them, so warmly about how close New Zealand and Ireland seem to feel about each other, which is just weird, because you're also, I mean, they've got a positive win record over you girls. Orkies.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah, two from three. Not many nations have those.
Yeah.
What is it about the Irish that you girls love, and where are those overlaps? Do you agree with Kendra?
Yeah, absolutely.
The energy, the vibes, they're just out the gate.
They love a good time.
They love a good time.
And in the sevens, on the seven circuit, you do spend a lot of time with the other teams, more so than you do in 15s, right, Jorja?
Yeah, we pretty much all live together. Like on the 7 circuit, you travel the world with the people you play against, all staying at the same hotel, same breakfast. Like you always see them, which is really cool. But yeah, Ireland are pretty good characters, and they're always there for a good time, which makes it fun.
When you're going toe to toe, it's more fun. Yeah. So we saw some footage of you, Portia, taking some selfies with some of the Brazilian girls, and it was just one of the most world in union moments. What was that like?
Oh, it was cool because I was catching up with my friend Larissa, who's made the Brazilian World Cup team, and she was like, do you mind coming to see the girls at the hotel? And I was like, yeah, no worries. She said there was a young girl that really looked up to me. She was like, oh, I'll get her to come down. She said she messaged her privately, didn't reply. Then she messaged the whole chat, and literally everyone came running down. I was like, oh, wow, okay.
This is like an appearance.
This is like, okay. But no, it was so cool. Like, I love getting to meet people. And for me, even the Brazilians, I have a really soft spot for as well, because in those early stages of the 7 series, we loved a good time. The Brazilians loved to dance and party. I think one of my favorite after tournaments was in Sao Paulo. They had their, what's their parade they have?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like they, down Copacabana Beach.
Carnival.
Carnival. They had some of their carnival.
Yes.
Dancers and instruments come into the environment. And so for me, the Brazilians, I absolutely love because they love a good time. They love to dance. I love to dance. Yeah.
Show us.
Try celebration.
Totally. But just get to hang out with those girls. It was a really awesome moment. It's amazing that they're here at this World Cup, and to see my friend Larissa come back from having a baby, her husband's living in Japan. Like, it was just a really cool moment to hang out with my friend and get to spend some time with Brazilians.
Love that. So sweet. Now, have you guys been getting out and about in Brighton a little bit? Because this week's been a touch and go. It's nice and sunny today. Fish and chips?
Not yet.
We'll probably save it for
Tomorrow.
after the game. Yeah.
So no fish and chips yet, just loads of sweeties.
Me and Jorja have already decided we're having that tomorrow after the game.
Is it? Yeah. That's the after game.
Yeah, we got told that you have to have fish and chips down here. So
You do. Yeah, you do have to. Did you see Ruby blundered into mushy peas thinking that it was Avo?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just fair warning, the green stuff, even though it's sticking together and it's in a little clump and on my bag, is peas. So
why the peas?
Good to know.
and they make it really sweet as well, which is odd for me because, like, I don't know about you, but for me, peas go with salty things. But yeah, so flagged on that. Anything else that you've seen, loved, enjoyed?
Just the pier.
Just-
Nice to go down, see all the rides.
Just a little walk.
Yeah, I took my stepdaughter down there last night, and she's like, "Can I go on this? Can I go? Oh, maybe another day." But it's fun because it's the beach. We live at the beach in Tauranga in New Zealand, and we haven't seen the water in a while.
But you don't
so
have the pebbles.
Well, no.
The pebbles are diabolical.
Is it sore?
Yeah, I would not recommend going on there with your bare feet, guys. It'll take you a long time to get down to the water there because they are pointy sometimes. Yeah, they catch you unawares. You're like, oh, it looks really pretty from here. But I'm just like obviously a beach snob. But I would recommend just getting out there and enjoying it.
It's nice to see. Like, it's just, bring some calm.
I don't know if you know this, but Scazzy and Emily Scarrett and Natasha Hunt, Scazzy and Mo, are also, sometimes they do make it to one of these show recordings. At the moment, they're so busy. But I do catch up with them from time to time. So I said I would just check in and see if there are any messages, any shout-outs you'd like to send, anything you'd like me to tell them. I mean, I'm an impartial third party here, so you don't have to be nice. I mean, you don't have to be polite.
Don't look at that.
Go, Jorja. I know what you want to say.
What? I'm young. I
I
don't speak up much.
She's just flashed a
Just
junior
quiet
card.
down
Yeah.
back.
But, I mean, you guys have gone toe-to-toe for a long time. Yeah. I mean, Scazzy's only been playing for, Georgia's entire existence, pretty much. Yeah. Your reflection on them as people, if not opponents?
Oh, being around Scaz for a long time, she's so cool, so talented. I'm so happy she came back, for the World Cup, or she's a part of this World Cup, because she is a legend of the Red Roses. And playing against her, I think a couple times I might have played against her at centre, maybe one time.
And in sevens too.
Yeah, in sevens. Like, she's hard to tackle. She's so tall. I come up to her knees when I try to tackle. Like, she's amazing. She's a legend.
There's a lot of leg there.
Yeah, there's a lot of legs there. I'm so puto too, so short. So, the both of them are just amazing players. And, if they want to run at a shoulder, if they want to run over me, like, they can bring it on. Like, I'm really looking forward to this battle. If we get to that point.
The best team wins.
She's opposite you, right, Stacey?
Yes. Oh, yeah, it is. I've played against her. My actual debut in the Black Ferns in 2015, we played in Canada, and all I had been told about was, Emily Scarrett, she's your opposite. This is from my own coaches and teammates. And I'm glad I was a real calm personality, or I am sometimes. So I didn't really think too much of it. And because I didn't really know rugby players at that time, I was really new to the game. I actually didn't know who she was at the time.
Which is maybe good.
Yeah, probably a good thing. Until I watched the 2014 World Cup, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, I know who she is now. But that's okay, just do you. Just tackle her, and that's all good. And she didn't get past me, so I'll take that.
Nice, Stacey.
Claim it. Claim it.
I'm a 19-year-old girl. Oh,
Yeah.
first time in the black jersey.
I love that.
This big, amazing
Go,
human.
Stacey.
Let's see. Make sure that doesn't happen again.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time, girls. It's been amazing to have you on the show. We were so excited when we heard that we'd be able to get a bit of time with you down here. I know there's a lot of work to be done as well, but I'm really glad to see that you're in great spirits and you're having a good time out here. And we're so here for the Sailors Hornpipe.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll come.
I've never rooted for New Zealand rugby players to score more tries. Like, weirdly.
To see this. Cheek.
You're on side me, so you have to.
Tell me.
Big thank you. Thank you so much, Portia Woodman. Thank you so much, Stacey Waaka and Jorja. We look forward to seeing you make your country proud, celebrating this great game and showing off your insane skill. Here we go.
Thank you so much for having us.
We would like to gift you some of our limited edition scrunchies. These are not for sale. You only get one when you've joined us on the show. Stacey, please grab one.
Sure.
And I'm just saying that I'm going to be keeping an eye out. They are mostly black. Hashtag just saying, mostly black. Oh, she's already popped them on. Guys, Portia Woodman's wearing our scrunchie. Stay cool. Stay cool. I'm gonna keep it very chill here. Thank you very much for joining us, guys.
Thank you.
I can't believe I couldn't have foreseen how keen they were on the scrunchies. I don't know. Do you think that was real energy from them?
I get a sense from those girls that if they don't like something, they're not going to pretend they like it. So who knew? Big scrunchy fans.
Scrunchy girlies. What did you think of them?
I'm really torn about this. Look, we have had such a rivalry, or I definitely have, with New Zealand over my entire playing career. And even now, like we touched on that bit of edge with Ruby we have about England, New Zealand. But I've got to admit, listening to it, you can't help but like them. I really, really enjoyed. I know, I've just said it, haven't I? It hurt my heart a little bit, but hey, we move on. I really enjoyed how they set Jorja Miller up. I think you could listen to that and about like young kid coming into program, has a relatively experienced roomie who just happens to forget that, hey, I need to hold your hand through this. Let's that stuff is like, it's just across sport. There would have been everybody who was sitting in a team sport who will have a story like that where you're like, yeah, we got one of those. But I think what I really enjoyed is how equally it is. That doesn't feel like Portia Woodman. You don't get any better than that in the women's game. Like, let's be honest. Other than maybe Emily Scarrett.
Maybe. Dame Scazzy.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But the way, like, she's not immune to any of that banter, the stick they gave her about retiring. Because we would be exactly the same. If I'd gone into retirement and come out, the girls would have been like, are you kidding me? Like, and I think I've got to admit, I did really enjoy it as a listen.
I loved how much space they gave Jorja, considering I think that it almost intuitively sometimes happens in team setups. And I've been the embedded reporter in many different generations. Unfortunately, I've been around the block a few times. where if there is a really iconic player in a team, the rest of the team almost intuitively tends to take a step back out of reverence for this person and the contribution they've made. And in the women's game, Portia is such a big name. But she doesn't take up all that space. No. And there is just so much generosity from Stacey and from Portia for Jorja to be fully herself.
But also they dose her as well, don't they? It's a little bit like, you're good, but just remember you're still just a kid. And I've got a lot of time for that because I think it's really positive. I think, like you say, you need the opportunity to feel space and to go and express yourself and to really show what you're about. But you also need to remember the company that you're in and those that have gone before you as well. And I think they did a really good job of just keeping her in check, just enough to be like, yeah, you're good, but we'll just wait and see how good you really can be. The things that are being celebrated about this Women's World Cup is these unique individuals. And Jorja Miller sharing about her dancing is literally, I just don't think I'll ever look at her in the same way again.
Oh my gosh. That is genuinely the sailor's hornpipe. Is it hornpipe? Every time I say it, I'm like, surely it can't be called that.
Yeah, somebody needs to change the name.
Surely, guys. Like, this sounds naughty. Bad. The generosity with which we are getting all of the sides of people's personality. I mean, I don't know how many people know this, but Cheslin Colby did ballroom dancing as a child, but no one ever talks about this.
Would it be celebrated? But and you look at how his footwork, like, surely there's got to be a correlation there.
Come on.
Francesca McGee, you look at it like, I love it. I think it's amazing. And I also think if you're a young girl and you're watching this and you're dancing and you're like, I can do both because look at her. She is like strong, powerful, athletic, and she used to do a version of Highland dancing.
Dancing
and celebrates it. It's somewhere in New Zealand. So, hey, I can do both.
Now, it's time for our Honda notice board this week. There are a few important things to cover. And having discussed the fact that we really love seeing more personality from the players, the Honda notice board kicks off on a high note this week with one of the personalities in the women box lineup. She always starts her stories with, welcome back to Too Blessed to be Stressed. And then she has a whole spiel and then she goes, Libby out. Libby Jansen van Rensburg, the star fly half in the women box lineup, brings so much personality to that setup, but also just the way in which she has grown in leaps and bounds and dominates on the pitch. She also did a cribs, complete with MTV branding, in their team bus on the journey down from Northampton to Exeter. And she showed off the bus has a little kitchen. It has a microwave.
Oh, nice.
Did you guys have buses with microwaves and television sets and stuff?
I mean, we were lucky if we had a toilet.
If it's a long journey, I think the toilet bit's quite important if you've got a lot of people on board.
That's
Otherwise,
what I mean. We were lucky.
Yeah,
lucky.
The
Luxury.
services would not be ready for you guys pulling in there and everyone going.
Running.
At the same time.
Yeah. Multiple different stops because somebody didn't go when we stopped the last time. It used to take 10 hours.
The unforeseen challenges when traveling with like a busload of women. Buggy parking at the venues has been one of my favorite things. Now, in other parts of the world, in South Africa, we don't call it a buggy. In South Africa, a buggy would be like a four-wheel drive vehicle. Buggy as in a push...
Pram.
Yeah, a pram. Yeah, a push chair that you put a baby in.
Yeah.
There was a whole designated area for that in Brighton where people could come and drop off their prams, go watch the game and then come back and fetch them because you can't carry that thing up and down the stairs.
Can't tell you, like that as a parent is like life goals. One of your biggest stresses is like, where are we going to leave the pram? Seriously. We obviously can't leave the kids in it, but where are we going to leave this pram?
Especially if you have a twin pram.
Yeah, if you've got two of them.
That thing is huge. The parking for the strollers, the tampons in the toilets. I know that there were long queues in some parts, but the fact that if you're in a fix, there's a whole box of tampons
cool
just there. Help yourself. And then babies just being fed in the stands next to other women having pints.
It's like women's rugby life goals there.
Just like, you breastfeed, don't worry. You don't need to leave and miss any of the match.
We got you.
You'd like to have a pint? Yeah, here you go. Would you like a 0% one? Because you're breastfeeding? Also, there you go. Don't worry. We've got you covered. All angles. And the little kids, I posted a video of a little Irish boy at the end of the Irish anthem. I panned over and there was like, he was a smallie, he looked about 4. And he had his little fists, like when at the end of that Ireland's call, he got so into it. And I thought, I really hope that this is a memorable moment for him. I hope this is one of those things that pierces the little brain deeply enough so that it stays in there for many years to come.
I really hope so. And I think the other thing on that is like you're seeing like young families bringing their younger kids, but you're also seeing older teenage kids, boys and girls, coming with their parents. And I think for me that's probably a big marker of why the game is doing, or what the game's done really well, that they want to come with their parents because I want to go to this game, so if I've got to take the olds with me, I'm going to have to take them.
Yeah.
But that there is a family, and I think that's, again, we talk about how amazing women's rugby are, and we're not going to apologise for that. Like, it is so inclusive. I don't think a young teenage girl would go to a men's game of rugby, but I think coming to a women's game where it's celebrated, it's fun, like you say, it's super inclusive, I think it's where it's reached a really different audience.
That was the Honda notice board. Thank you so much to all of our contributors. It's September, which means Grassroots Rugby is back. So if you're driving to rugby training or dropping the kids off at theirs, the Honda HR-V is the car you want. It's got heated seats, a huge boot, and Honda hybrid technology, which means it charges whilst you drive, so there's no need to plug in. Now it's time for us to actually do the heavy lifting that we were supposed to do, because we said this was going to be a preview episode. Shall we preview quickly?
Quickly.
Yeah. Quarterfinals are here. And first on the menu of great preview matches that will be live on your telly this weekend, New Zealand versus South Africa at 12:30 in Exeter. This is a fixture that will attract the attention of many in the Southern Hemisphere because of the stature of the rivalry in the men's game. In the women's game, however, we cannot hold a candle to the Ferns, historically.
No, and I think if you look at that quarter, probably we will say New Zealand will run away with it. I think what's interesting is the team he puts out against South Africa, he'll not want to be complacent and do due diligence and make sure you give South Africa the level of respect, but also there's an opportunity, isn't it, to just keep giving people minutes, test your combinations, make sure you're happy going into a semi, because the likelihood is that semi becomes New Zealand, Canada. And I think, not that you ever want to look ahead, I wonder what we'll see, whether you'll see a hard starting group and then a bit of a rotation at half time.
Canada versus Australia at 4 p.m. on Saturday in Bristol. If you were Joe Yap, considering the coaching masterclass that she put on against the Roses, she really got stuck in on that. What does she do against Canada now?
I think you'd be looking at a similar model. You know, Canada have got a big pack. They're going to want to come and use that driving line out. So Australia have experienced that. I think they'll want to try and play that similar kicking game, try and find backfield space. So I wouldn't expect tactically to change a lot. What'll be interesting again is whether Australia can live with Canada for 80 minutes. And I'm not sure they can. I think that's probably Canada's to win.
Okay. France versus Ireland at 12:30 on Sunday in Exeter. Can Ireland do this? The odds are definitely in France's favour. Ireland would have taken some serious second looks at everything that they put out against the Ferns.
Yeah, and it goes one of two ways, doesn't it? It's whether you can recover quick enough, get a bit more confidence into what you do, get rid of that game from New Zealand and just park it and get yourself back up for that France game, because we know France can kind of give you two options. They can be very good or they can be loose, and there can be loads of opportunities. Ireland have been within 8 points when they played them in the Six Nations, so that game isn't insurmountable for them. But if away for back, they have had injuries. They lost potentially Stacey Flood in there, Sam Monaghan. Like, do they have the depth to really come and challenge France again for 80 minutes?
Out of the four, is this the one most likely for an upset, considering the other one is England-Scotland?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's more of a potential here. I don't think probably Australia can beat Canada, but Ireland we know are capable, and surely after that performance against New Zealand, you're going to want to come out and say, look, we are significantly better than what we did there.
Yeah, just hold on a minute. Yeah. Okay, and then England, Scotland. What is it that Scotland comes into this and targets? This could potentially be Brian Eason's final game in charge. This could be the end of a huge era for many of these players. It has been a painful year. They do not want to bow out feeling regret.
No. And I don't think they will, because I think Scotland probably have been the team that have come up and consistently showed up. I think they did a really good job against Wales, and through their group, they've constantly said, look, even against Canada, like, we are not going to roll over and die.
Within 2 after 30 minutes against Canada, how long can they hold it?
I think that's going to be the question. I think they'll look at what Australia did and suffocated England and really frustrated them and the errors they caused in England's play, and they'll want to model themselves on that. But I think what they want to do is they want to worry about their performance. There's no pressure on Scotland this weekend. There's an opportunity to come and really try and ruin England's party, make it really difficult for them, put out a strong showing. And I think if they do that and they keep that score relatively close, they'll be happy. They maybe get a couple of tries on the board as well.
It was interesting, BBC Scotland's coverage post-match, all of the interview questions to all of the players was, imagine if you could cause an upset.
That's what I'd be saying all week, wouldn't you? You'd be like, let's just keep it in the state, but there's no pressure on us. There's loads of pressure on them. They weren't very good. Let's just go and stress them and hustle them and see what happens.
Get in their faces a little
Yeah.
bit. Okay, well, there you have it from Katy Daley-Mclean. Our friends at British Airways are continuing their long-standing support of the Red Roses this summer, and we wanted to tell you more about their very cool No One Flies Like Her campaign, because the Red Roses haven't been getting the recognition they deserve for being national icons. To change this, British Airways are raising awareness of the Red Roses by telling their stories and celebrating their victories, because no one flies like her. So if you're traveling with British Airways this summer, look out for some special touches. They're showing live games in the lounges, and on board they're showing the O2 Inside Line series, which is hosted by our Mo, as well as a load of brilliant women's sport content. To find out more, head to britishairways.com/rugby. Now, it's time for our Continental Tires question of the week, the official tyre partner of England Rugby. At Rugby Scrunchies has asked, what has been your favourite venue and crowd of the pool stages? And go. Can I go?
No, you can't go. My question. The Northeast for the favourite ground. Come on, Sunderland at game 1. But I thought Brighton's crowd, Ireland versus New Zealand on Sunday, was unbelievable. I had to take my headphones off in comms to listen to them singing the anthem, like the energy around the Haka. Honestly, it was immense. I had goosebumps. It was that good.
So good. For me, it's been Northampton. Twofold. Northampton's crocheting. All of the crocheting, all the way from the train station up to the venue. The little post box topper with the scrum on it. The way that everyone in that town seems to have gotten stuck in the big billboard of Sadia next to the road. But also the fact that the Northampton locals have packed out that house even when no home nation was in action there. Shout out to Northampton, the stewards who work there, the volunteers who work there, but the volunteers across the board at this tournament have all, without a doubt, been some of the best I've seen in 100%. All of the rugby universe. At Boris Barrett asks, who chooses the player of the match for this tournament? Ooh. So now this is really important, because it's very hard when you're watching the BBC to imagine that this isn't something that is being selected by the BBC. Or if you're watching it on Stan Sport, or if you're watching it on Supersport and you're thinking, oh, this is selected by the pundits that I'm hearing. Yeah. How does it work, Katy Daley-Mclean?
Yeah, so it's not done by us at the BBC, it's done by World Rugby, because you'll be able to explain this in much more detail, but they run the world feed. So Rachel Burford's been definitely present through the England games. We're all together along one big gantry, so all of the TV pundits that are producing it, whether it's going out in England or wherever it's going out. So sometimes you do have a little glance across and I'm like, thumbs up, I'm like, frowny face at her if I don't agree. But yeah, it's by those guys, depending on who's working on that world feed.
So the world feed commentary is what is provided to any broadcaster who's taking the feed who isn't putting their own set of commentary on it. If you are watching it on the BBC, you are hearing a BBC unique commentary feed. What you do need to understand is that there's literally a row of desk in the stands, and at the end of the desk it would be Ricky Swinell, Rachel Burford, and then it'll be Claire Thomas. Literally, Claire Thomas would be closer to Burf than you are to me
100%.
right
You're
here.
literally touching elbows.
Literally touching elbows. And then it's Katy Daley-Mclean. And so these people are all sat very close together, commentating on the same game for different feeds. But there is a little opportunity there to look at each other, raise an eyebrow and go, do you rate
World
this
Feed
person?
have better screens, much bigger than we do. So I use theirs.
Anything else you would like to speak to the manager on?
That's it today.
That's it.
Just the screen size.
Okay. LC Thomas 87 wants to know, any tips for beginners to rugby? The Roses have inspired me and my 5-year-old to give it a go. Love Love hearing that. Any tips for someone starting out?
I think just get down to your local club. I think if you get down to your local club, the likelihood is once you're in, you'll want to stay. And for like your little 5-year-olds, there'll be mixed rugby. I started there. I started with the boys. There might be little girls teams, but it's a really great opportunity just to embed yourself in such a great community that isn't just always about playing, but going to support other teams, having a hot dog after. It's the best bit.
Make friends.
Yeah.
Go out there, have a good time, and celebrate what your body can do. We've popped a link in the description of the pod for you, where you can find resources to track down your local rugby club for you and your little one. Go join in the fun. That was the Continental Tires question of the week. We just wanted to give a quick shout out to an amazing initiative that Continental Tires are running right now with Pro Tire Auto Care. They've launched a Gear Up Rugby campaign, which supports grassroots girls rugby across the UK, providing financial support to local rugby clubs to give girls more chances to play. We couldn't love this anymore. So if you know a club that could use a boost, head to gearuprugby.co.uk and nominate them now. It's a brilliant way to help build the future of the game, one club at a time. Send us your videos and voice notes if you'd like to feature in that section in next week's episode. Thank you, Katie.
No problem.
What does John Mitchell have on his to-do list?
I think he's got to have a look at England's attack for me. Like, we saw a bit of a masterclass, didn't we, from New Zealand against Ireland. And I think England are more than capable with the personalities and players they have in that back line. Meg, Tat, Ellie Kildunn, like, the list is endless. So I think you'll definitely be wanting to kind of fine-tune that this week, make sure those guys are ready to go, because the forwards dominated. We know that. We know if England need to score tries at the moment, they are heavily reliant on their forwards. But what happens as a team stops them? We need the backs to feel confident. We need them to get their timing right. And we need them to execute.
From the best in the business, Katy Daley-Mclean, the undisputed, in my opinion, queen of analysis, especially when it comes to roses. Thank you very much.
Thank
It was
you
so
very much.
nice to have you back.
Oh, and you were so nice to me today.
I was really nice to you, but it's just because I've been giving you a lot of stick this weekend.
okay.
Yeah,
I got broad shoulders.
We can be friends when we're here. Out there, it's a different story. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode. We've been The Good, The Scaz and The Rugby, a Folding Pocket production, as always produced by our fearless leader,
Shira Kilgallen.
Hey! Woo, 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 woo! Here we go, the women box!
You've been listening to The Good, The Scaz and The Rugby with the blue tip. The one that always wears red.
And the croissant queen.
Thanks for listening.
Sholoza, sholoza,
Are you gonna be crying?
Yeah, there's going to be a little crying.